Leon, thank you so much for your time, especially ahead of such a special match. We're going to talk about Man City as well. But first, you're having your first Premier League season. You're only 21 and things are already going really well for you. So how do you feel about things being so positive already so soon in the Premier League for you?
Yeah, no, I think obviously when I joined here, I knew that the manager and everyone here at the club was going to improve me and help me as a player. I think, even probably more than I imagined. I've seemed to have settled in really well, and I've started the season really well. And I think as a team we look really strong, and we've been getting better week on week. So hopefully I can just continue to improve and keep putting in the performances.
But what do you feel you settled in so well? Not only at Ipswich, but also in the league.
Yeah, I think obviously I've probably had experience now in men's football, and I think I've learned a lot even though I'm still young. I think obviously I had my first 2 loans and they probably didn't go as well as I wanted them to, but I think I probably learnt more in them tough stages than I did when things are going well. So I think that was the most important thing, finding somewhere that suited me, and I knew that I could get the best out of myself, and I think the manager and all the staff have really helped me do that.
Talk us through that a little bit then. What were the most important moments that you felt were tough for you but were big learning curves?
I think obviously as a player, there's always going to be bumps in the road. I think I probably learnt that, I had to probably go somewhere which suited me. I think probably a couple times where I probably just didn't really suit the way teams played, and I found it difficult. But I think last season was a lot better, and I chose really well there, and that helped me a lot. And
at Hull? Yeah,
at Hull, and the manager there was really good and really helped me improve as a player. So I think especially last season I learnt a lot there, but I just had to make sure this season that I picked somewhere, and it's working.
So what is it about Ipswich and the way you guys play and the way Kieran works with you that really suits you and takes the best out of you?
I think he's just an incredible person. I think he's not just a good coach, but he manages to get the best out of everyone individually, but also somehow manages to do it to make the team better. I think he probably plays to everyone's strengths and tries to get the best out of everyone while also maintaining that team and focus, and it's working. I think we've been unlucky at points this season, but I think you can see that the performances we're putting in, we're almost in every game, and we just got to keep trying to find that little bit of probably more oomph to kind of go and get the results.
Yeah, you guys had really good performances that not always were rewarded with points. So how's it been to deal with that, and what makes you believe that you guys will be fine, you'll be safe?
No, I think obviously we're really well structured, and I think we've got a really good team, and I think that at points in the season we found it hard. I think we've probably conceded goals late in games that have cost us a few points, but I think we've just got to find that right balance of kind of protecting the game but also then going after it to try and maybe get a goal or just try and put a bit more pressure on the opposition.
How special is it to face Manchester City this weekend?
No, really good. Obviously, I spent a lot of time there and developed there as a person and player. I spent most of my growing up years there, so I think it'll be really nice to play against them, but also see some very familiar faces.
There are a lot of familiar faces at Man City, of course, but I wanted to ask you about a specific one, Erling Haaland. How exciting is it to see him in the opposite side now? Because you kind of cross paths at Man City.
Yeah, I think obviously I probably didn't have a lot of time there with him. I think he was only there for a short space before I went on loan, but I think as a striker and as a young player, he's someone that you look up to, and he's probably the best striker in the world at the moment, and he scores almost every week, and he's someone to really look up to and really admire. So I think it's going to be a nice moment playing in a game with him.
If you're a young striker and you're at the same club as Erling Haaland, you look at the situation and think, maybe I'm not going to get as many minutes as I would like to.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think everyone has their different paths in football, but you know, I decided that my path would to go elsewhere, and I think he's obviously doing incredibly well there. He's broken almost every record you can, I think. So, you know,
New contract, so he's not
yeah,
going
he's not
anywhere
going
so
anywhere.
soon.
No. But no, I think obviously I'm happy here now and how I'm developing here. So I think obviously it's different for everyone, but we're both happy.
How hard was it, the decision of leaving Manchester City? Because, of course, it's a big club. They were Premier League champions, and after those spells, you decide to come to Ipswich.
Yeah, no, I think it's as a young player, it probably wasn't that difficult for me. Obviously, it was hard leaving somewhere that I'd been for a long time. But you know, I just wanted to play football, and I'm young, and I just wanted to be in a team that I can play week in, week out. And I think I probably would have struggled there, obviously, with the quality that I've here. So that's why I chose to come here and get as many minutes as I can to try and get that experience that I need.
But you arrived there very young from Derby.
Yeah.
How was it to get to a club such as Manchester City with the structure that they have in their academy as well?
Yeah, no, I think it was incredible. I think probably before I joined, I was probably set on not going. I think I was happy at Derby, and
Really?
I think until I went actually to the training ground and spoke to everyone and their plan and how they saw my future, I think then that's when my mind changed. I think everything was just so excellent, and everything they probably said came true, so it kind of made me believe that, you know, the way that it's run and the amount of players that have come out of, especially our age and obviously in past years, is incredible.
What is it about the years you spent there that helped you progress your football? Which aspects of your football do you feel definitely had a really evolved there?
I think everything, you know. I think obviously it's very well set up in terms of the academy philosophy is so similar to the first team, so it makes that transition of, you know, going from training and playing with 21s, 18s to then going up and training with the senior team. I think the way that they do it there is so well, and obviously the technical and the tactical aspect of it is as important as each other. So I think that's what helps you and helps you develop.
Do you remember the people who were more of an influence, especially when you came into the first team? Because I remember Pep once saying that Maresca was a person who worked with you as well in the time you were there.
Yeah, I think obviously when I first joined, it was Gaz Taylor. He's now with the women. Obviously, he was the first one, and he helped so much. I think then Enzo arrived, and you know, he was incredible. I think what we did that season with him, we almost broke every record in Premier League 2, and then obviously after Enzo left, we had Brian, and you know, they all bring different qualities, and they all helped everyone develop as individuals.
And how were your experiences with the first team?
Really good. I think obviously as a young player going into it, it's quite daunting at times, but you know.
It didn't take too long for you to make your debut for
Yeah,
the first team.
Yeah, I think when you're that young though, you kind of have no fear, and I think although the best players in the world probably, you know, if you work hard and train hard, that it'll maybe give you a chance, and luckily enough, he gave me a chance.
Yeah. How was it with Pep? Did you have much contact with him? Do you remember things that maybe he taught you or you observed?
Yeah, he was incredible. I think the thing that probably stays the most in my mind is just how detailed he is on everything. I think, you know, he takes everything into consideration, every scenario that you can probably possibly come up against in a game. He runs through it and explains, and just all the little details that probably other people wouldn't see. You know, he sees everything, and he's so clever, and you know, the things he's done in football is incredible. So
you really know what you're up against this weekend, don't you?
Yeah, no, obviously it's going to be a really tough game. I think obviously they've not had the best few months, but you know, they'll be all right. They'll come out of it, because what they've done in the last 5, 6, 7 years is incredible.
There are a lot of people when see there are few fans who see talents like you and Cole Palmer who come out of Manchester City and shine in other places and think, oh, City should have done better keeping those players. So how do you see that? Do you feel like the club could have kept you there for longer, or was it really your choice, period?
Yeah, no, I think obviously it's difficult because the amount of quality and the amount of players that they have at City, it's tough to probably break through. It's probably a lot harder there than most clubs. So I think it probably wouldn't have happened if I'd have stayed at City. Maybe wouldn't be playing, and then would never know what this season could have holded. But I think for people like me and Cole and Morgan, it's really helped going out and just getting that playing time, and you know everyone's showing what good players they are.
Yeah, it's kind of like that situation of it's hard to imagine what they could have done to keep you, because in the end what you guys want is minutes, it's to play.
Yeah, I think especially when we're young as well. I know for me and the other boys, I think, you know, the best thing about football is playing the games, and that's what's so important, I think, about going out and playing. You just got to play. I don't know.
Yeah, talking about these playing times, you had 3 spells at Stoke and then Preston and then Hull. How did that shape you? How those spells on loan helped to shape you?
I think obviously I was still very young when I went to Stoke and Preston. I think they obviously didn't go as well as I wanted to. I think, you know, it was an incredible experience, and you know I was very grateful that I got to do that. I think I learned probably more in that year than I have. I think it just taught me a lot about how to go about things. I think I probably made more of a decision than when I went to Hull about looking into and doing more probably research on where I want to go and what would be best for me. So I think that's probably what helped more at Hull, and then was a lot more. It went a lot better there, and I think then this correlated into this season.
You obviously come from a footballing family. I wanted to ask you first about your brother. Do you guys exchange notes a lot? Because I think he's like 2 years younger than you.
Yeah. No,
Finn?
he's at Burton at the moment. I think he's just come back from a loan. But yeah, I speak to him a lot, but not really much about football. I don't know. He's a different position as well. We used to play against each other in the garden, which was good fun. But other than that, there's no notes, just fighting.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
With your father, how did he help develop you as a player? I'm not sure. When you were at Derby, when you arrived at Derby, was he one of the coaches who were working at the club?
Yeah, I think he was with the higher age groups. I think I was still only probably 10, and he was working with the 18, so I didn't ever really cross paths with him. But I think, you know, as from a young age, he always just taught me about the mentality, and if you really want to make it, then what it takes. I think he obviously had good experience of having a good career, so I think he kind of stayed out of it on the football side of things. You know, he helped me develop when I was younger, but now it's more just about the mentality and what it takes to kind of stay there.
How much the memories of you going there to watch him also helped you to decide, you know, this is what I want?
It was obviously I got to go watch him every week, and the atmosphere, the fans, and the whole feeling around a football game. You know, it was something that doesn't leave you. I think it's something that I always wanted, and I always wanted to play in front of a crowd and be a part of them games. So yeah, it was a real experience to go and try and get from it.
Everybody must ask you this, but you know what I'm going to ask you. Do you try the throw-ins?
Nah, I don't know. I don't think I would ever do it, but I can throw.
Not even for fun?
Nah. I can throw a stone far, but I don't know.
Not a football?
No, maybe, but I don't know. I'd rather be in the box trying to score.
Oh yeah, you would like the delivery, wouldn't you, as a striker?
Yeah, no, I would like it, but no, I don't think I'll be taking any throw-ins.
Your friends, especially the fullbacks, they don't ask you like, could you Could you help me do the throw-in?
Yeah, nah, the amount of times I've been asked a question, yeah,
I can
flipping
imagine.
out, I know, but nah, I'll stay away from that.
When you think about your ambitions as a footballer, how high is it to play for England? Because you've been playing for England for so long, since you were very, very young, and Thomas Tuchel is going around the grounds as well, watching football matches. So
Yeah, no, I think obviously it's always a dream for you to represent your country at football. I think it's such a good squad that England have, so it's going to be really difficult. But all I can do is just focus on performing on the pitch and, you know, see what happens.
and who are your biggest influences or references as a footballer, but especially as a striker?
I think from a young age I was obviously admired Ronaldo. I think, in my opinion, he's the best in the world, and well, in history, no, Cristiano.
Cristiano.
Yeah, no, I just love him. I think everything about him just really admired, and obviously recently probably Harry Kane. I think, you know, you look at his overall game and just how he impacts games, and, you know, his mentality and everything that he's about, you know, is so probably aspiring for young strikers and especially young players like me.
Did you have a chance to get to have any time with him and to talk to him or meet him?
No, I've seen him around St George's and stuff a few times, but never spoke to him properly, no.
Well, I have a feeling you get a chance to very soon in England. Liam, thank you so much.
Thank you
for
very
your
much.
time, and good luck
No,
on
I
Sunday.
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.